He is the co-host of Gil's Arena podcast, and he is doing some great things with that. Gil's Arena podcast, and, it's available on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast, and you can stream it Monday through Thursday on YouTube. Good to see you again. Let me start with 10 years from now, we'll remember these NBA Finals for what?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. We won't. No, let's just be honest. When it comes to small market teams, we really don't remember much about them. We don't really talk about the Toronto championship. We don't really talk about the Bucks Giannis championship. And with this one, I mean, the only memorable thing was Hallie game winner, game one. Other than that, there was nothing in this finals that makes you say, oh my God, this was the great finals. And let's put it up there with the top 10 of all time. It's not, it didn't have none of those moments.
Yeah, I mentioned Halliburton. 10 years from now, we'll remember him, but it's because of the postseason run, game one, and then blowing out his Achilles. So I think if we just say his name, I think we'll remember that 10 years from now.
I think he'd be more remembered for the Eastern Conference Finals, what he did to the New York Knicks, because that was a big series. That was like one of those series because it was New York and all the exposure on it. And he showed up. I think he will be more remembered for that series than really what happened in the finals.
You talked to a couple of guys who have blown out their Achilles, and there was a commonality to that of you have a calf injury. So you talk to Tatum and Dame Lillard, and then you see Halliburton. We shouldn't be surprised that this happened.
No, we should not. I think we all thought about it. I think Kendrick Perkins mentioned that he shouldn't play in Game 6 because of what has happened in the past. I don't remember ever when calf strains turned into Achilles tears from the past. So I wanted to ask, like, do you have any symptoms? Were there any symptoms? They both said, yeah, my calf was, hurting. So we all knew he had a calf strain. We all threw it out there that this could happen, but to see it happen is another thing. And, it's just sad that this happened in the finals and him trying to fight back and help his team win.
But is this just a coincidence with calf injuries leading to torn Achilles?
With KD, we could have said yes, but 3 people in just this year alone, right? Where it's pointed out that, hey, hold on, these strains are turning into, Achilles tears. So I think now when someone has a calf strain, they should really treat it double treatment now. Like, so if it was, 2 to 3 weeks, let's start doing 5 to 6. Just in case, because we can see that it's costing you 9 to 12 months.
Well, a former player told me when he saw that he had a calf injury, he said during the regular season, he's sitting out. Mm-hmm. Like he's going to be out for at least a week with that. He's trying to come back. It's the NBA Finals. You don't want to be on the bench. You want to try to help your team. And unfortunately, this season ends that way. The other option that we had of what do we remember 10 years from now during the NBA Finals could be Kevin Durant got traded during the NBA Finals to the Rockets.
No, true. That was a big trade. We didn't think that was going to happen that soon. I don't even remember trades happening during the NBA Finals. This is new.
No, the Commissioner Stern, he had an edict, no news. Don't be hiring somebody. Don't be firing somebody. No trades. Let the NBA Finals stand alone. That's what was surprising about this, that you had what happened with the Lakers sale, and then you had KD being traded during the NBA Finals.
And to Memphis.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, let's just be honest. It was probably the most exciting stuff during the finals. And I know, when we talk about small markets, it's needed because there are, cities that need finals, they need recognition. But, when you do have, teams like that match up, the sales is down, the marketing is down, the views is down, it's clocked through history. So any kind of exposure that has to do with the NBA is needed, no matter if you like it or not.
And Durant going to Houston, we're talking to Gilbert Arenas, his podcast, Gil's Arena. You have Durant going there, and he's going to be, 37?
Mm-hmm.
I know he's not a guy who, needs to jump, be fast, be quick. Like, he's a guy who gets his spots, and then he's going to score. I don't know what does he add to Houston that you can count on? And are they a true title contender?
What you do add is guaranteed 20 to 25. You can just, staple that in. So he's going to give them consistency on, getting buckets when they need it. The only concern I will have is the rest of the group mature enough to help him win? See, I think that's usually what we miss here with Kevin Durant. He's an A student. Now the people around him that he has to do these group projects with, they're not A students with him, right? When he went to Golden State, A students, honor students. We've seen what happened. When he went to, Brooklyn, and everybody wasn't, turning in their assignments. Same thing in the Suns. Everybody wasn't turning in their assignments, but he's getting blamed for the group project when his part of the assignment is an A. Now, this is what is everyone going to bring an A-type performance for them to be successful? And I don't think they're ready for that yet. Their games are not mature. Sengun still thinks he's Jokic when you're Sengun. You guys have different games. Right? You have to understand what you're good at. Stop trying to be, Jokic. So he's still trying to figure out what his game is. Same thing with Amen. Amen's trying to figure out what is he. We know you're a freak of nature. We know you are a two-way player, but you really have to carve out your identity. So with so many pieces trying to figure out who they are, I don't know if they're going to be a real contender. But they do have Kevin Durant, and you have a great coach. Everybody else has roles that they accept, so it could work.
Phoenix Suns are a mess.
Yeah,
a mess.
Yeah, I mean it starts from the head, right? When you're talking about not Kevin Durant, we're talking about the owner, right? Even though he has a basketball background, went to Michigan State. Do you know what it takes to put a winning team together? That goes from personalities, that goes from basketball style, that goes from coaching, that goes from GMs. What are they looking at? What's their eye, right? You have to have an eye for talent and how it works together. Like just playing in the game and looking at those three, I'm saying, you need to be in a triangle or you need to be in the Princeton offense, because the offense is not made for your superstar. It's made for the team. So the team can move around and get little buckets here and there to keep them excited, to keep the defense honest. But when you have a stationary offense where your three main guys have the ball and everyone sits in a corner, I don't have to guard the corner guys. So that means I'm just going to guard Kevin Durant and Beal, and we're just going to load up. And that's what the triangle was made for. Yeah, we got Jordan, Kobe, and Shaq, but we're going to make you guard BJ Armstrong, Steve Kerr, because we're going to move them off screens. And if you don't play it correctly, here's going to be a layup, here's going to be a jump shot. And that's what they didn't do in Suns.
What was your thoughts on LeBron, where he said, that we're obsessed with chasing rings? The media is obsessed with players chasing rings.
He's right? It was the same thing Michael Jordan said. He said the same exact thing. He said, Bill Russell got 11, but does that make him better than me? Right? I got 6. Does that make me better than him? Because obviously there's more to just a ring and talent. You can be talented and not win a ring. You can be horrible and win a ring because you got a great cast around you. So what they're saying is correct, and it goes by the top 75 list, right? The top 75 list that was put in, voted in, and then they voted in order. That lets you know rings doesn't necessarily matter, because you have Scottie Pippen with 6 rings, 6 All-NBA or 7 All-NBAs, 7 All-Stars, 10 defensive awards, but he's sitting at 32. 31 is Allen Iverson, no rings. So you're telling me 6 rings is getting beat out by what, 4 scoring titles and MVP? Then you got Chris Paul sitting at 29. Then you got Karl Malone, John Stockton, Charles Barkley. None of them got rings, but they're all in front of Scottie Pippen. Then at 75, you have Dame Lillard, right? 6 all-stars at the time, 6 all NBAs. Klay Thompson doesn't make it in. He has 3 championships, 5 all-stars, 2 all NBAs. So his resume is not better with the ring. So it's showing you that rings don't matter. Your individual talent matters first. Then the rings kind of help you over the top. But the media has pushed rings as the cake instead of just the cherry on top.
Would you rather have Scottie Pippen's career or Allen Iverson's?
History says Allen Iverson, he's going to be remembered more because his background says he was a top player in the NBA. He was an MVP. Remember, all MVPs, one, you're the best player. If you're a scoring champ, says you're top 5. I don't know how many scoring champs in the NBA went to second team all NBA, usually their first team all NBA. So it kind of says who he was in the NBA, right? You know, the average fan is going to say, yeah, I'm going to take the 6 rings. I'm going to be a champ. But we're looking at Scottie Pippen, and we've seen how Scottie Pippen has been treated with 6 rings. He's not treated like Michael Jordan, right? So when you say my legacy, the legacy for you personally, yeah, 6 rings. But the legacy for everyone, when you walk in public, are you respected? If you say Scottie Pippen and Allen Iverson, everybody runs to Allen Iverson because they remember he was iconic at what he did. I mean, as a basketball player, we're taught we want to be a champion. We get reality once our career's done, and we're sitting there 6 rings trying to get, these business deals done, and everybody's like, yeah, you're not Michael Jordan. And you're like, And, it's the sad truth. I just do the research and then say what I found, and they can disagree. And then I can say, well, here's all the facts. Do you not like the facts? There's a reason Kobe's at 10. There's a reason Kobe with 3 rings pushed Shaq away, because when he had the 3 rings and he's saying, hey, I'm Michael Jordan. They're like, yeah, well, Shaq is carrying you. And he's like, wait, what? No, wait, hold on. No. You told me that I'm the next thing to Michael Jordan. Why are you not treating me like that? So now it's, well, I need to get rid of him to show who I am. That's why his 4th and 5th ring to him is the most special one. They're the sweetest ones. But you see, the reality of it is we're finding out in real time. We're told championships is everything. When we're getting them and we're not being recognized for them, that's when reality kicks in.
But do you think that Kobe is the one who initiated this? I mean, there was friction with him and Shaq. First of all, Shaq had his little brother. Then all of a sudden, little brother is getting 30. And then all of a sudden, things changed. That, yes, we did win. I, had an equal hand in this. But then did it get to the point where both their egos, or maybe Kobe's ego, to say, I got to prove that I can win without Shaq?
And that's exactly what it is. You're winning. He's getting all the credit. And he's like, wait, I averaged 32. I did my part. Well, I'm not getting the equal love, right? So when we talk about champions and you're giving option 1 all the love, while option 2 is like, I did just as much damage. Kyrie, same thing. Hey, hold on, I hit the game winner. I hit the game winner. And LeBron is getting all the credit. So he's like, well, I need to go and show people I can do this by myself too. That's what ends up happening. That's where the egos come from. The egos come from, I'm watching the guy get all the love and I'm waiting next. And I'm hearing all the people and everybody's getting all autographs. And they're like, hey, Robin, you did great. And he's like, Robin? Oh, wait, no. I'm like a Batman too. I'm like I'm 1B. I'm 1B. Give me the 1B love. And they don't get it. And that's where the ego plays a part.
How many titles, if Shaq and Kobe stay together, do you think they win?
I talk to players on the team because I'm a big Kobe fan, even though people don't think my whole life revolves around it. Tattoos, LA, Kobe, everything.
Wait, you got Kobe tattoos?
I got a 24 tatted after he won his championship by himself. Right. I got it right on my leg. 24 tatted. Right. Because as a Kobe fan, when they say you couldn't win one without Shaq, it's like you proved everybody wrong. Yes. Yes.
Wait. You're in the league with Kobe?
Yeah.
And you got a tattoo of Kobe?
Yes.
What did he say when he saw it?
He's never seen it before.
Did he know you had it?
Yes. People don't know. Like I played in the Olympics or the 2006 FIBA games. I wore number 10. I wore number 10 because I had the conversation with Kobe. If you ever played in a game, what number would you wear? And he said, I'm wearing number 10 because there's one more than Jordan's 9. Okay. So when I got the team, I wore 10. And then when I didn't make the team and he played, he wore 10. But I did that for that. So I'm Kobe always.
It's kind of stalkerish here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, for sure.
Do you have any other players on your body?
No, just Kobe.
Just Kobe.
No, Penny. Oh, no, Penny Hardaway College. So those are my two favorite. Penny Hardaway.
When
I went to Orlando, I wore number 1. I wore number 1 also. So I have Penny 25 on my leg. So I wore 25 in high school because of Penny Memphis.
Do you have shorts on?
Yes.
Show me the Kobe one.
All right. So I don't know if you can see. So 25.
Oh, okay. Wow. You got
yes.
You got Kobe close to your heart there.
Yeah. So 25. So 24 is right here, and it's blessed with skills.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, but I think they would have won if Shaq. So this is what was said: if Shaq was still the leader and the head of the snake on the 2002-2003 team, we would have won that 4th championship. We would have won the 4th, but that's where the argument where he got coined the Batman, and then Shaq got hurt and missed the first 12 games of that season, and Kobe put the crown on, and that's where the fighting started because Phil couldn't get it from him, right? He was like, I'm not taking a backseat anymore. And so they would have won that championship if Shaq was still the lead dog, they think. And then obviously the Karl Malone, them, they could have won that one. But I think they would have probably had, at that time, all the way probably to 2006, or the 2006 season, they could have still managed to just add a couple pieces. Then Shaq would have probably started declining right there, and then just, added someone else. I think they could have.
What do you say to your wife, or what does your wife say to you when she realizes you have Kobe's tattoo on?
It's my fandom. it's my fandom. I'm a fan. Like, I'm one of those. Like, if I wasn't an NBA player, I would be a season ticket holder with the paint on, sitting there. That crazy guy that's outside asking for autograph. That will be me. Like, I was a fan first, and I used to say when I played, like, I'm an NBA player, but I'm a fan first. So that's where I got all the autographs. If you look at my room, right, I got the OKC's on one side and then Indiana's one on the other side, right? I'm rooting for both, right? But I'm a Laker at heart.
But I now know why you didn't show Kobe, given the location of that tattoo on your inner thigh. You don't say, hey, Kobe, come here, I want to show you something.
Yeah, it looks a little weirdish, right? Like, why would you put it down there? It's like, well, I'm covered everywhere else,
Great to talk to you, as always. I appreciate it. That's Gilbert Arenas, host of Gil's Arena podcast, and Gil and Underdog's hit show, which streams Monday through Thursday. Gil's Arena, you can find it on YouTube, also Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcast.